me, but I was stranded in Port Harcourt, you know. If I happen to enter in a pauper's apartment, you just around me. They say they like me, they love me, they love me, they love my beautiful voice. Please sing our song on the song can do. Please sing our song on the song can do. I get too many honeys and that's not what I'm looking for. I get too many lips and that's not what I'm looking for. All I want is not but plenty of money for my family. I'm not here for a pleasure trip. I'm only here for a business trip. Happened not but I got to know a garden city. I love the place. Don't make my life to join it, boy. If I happen to enter in a pub house, about 20 guys around me. Say they like me, they love me, they love me, they love my beautiful voice. Please sing all the song, all the song can do, my love. Please sing all the song, all the song can do. And that's not what I'm looking for. I get too many lips, and that's not what I'm looking for. All I want is not for plenty of money for my family. I'm not here for a pleasure trip. I'm only here for a business trip. Sing the song, only song can do, my love. Please sing the song, only song can do. I used to know the honeys and that's not what I'm looking for. I used to know the lips and that's not what I'm looking for. All I want is not but plenty of money for my family. I'm not here for a pleasure trip. I'm only here for a business trip. Espero, olaga, ipiesora. Espero, olaga, ipiesora.
have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our trumpets pealing the glorious song, playing it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra. We shall always remember all that perished in the struggle for our freedom. All hail our heroes. Our prayer shall be known both day and night. Say them always. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. Now our star shines everywhere. We crave humility. God guide and protect us all. All hail your wisdom, shielding us from fury, unleashed by your anointed man. Biafra, shining
Fellow comrades and lovers of freedom, my name's Amaz George Izuchukume. I reside here in United Kingdom, and it's 16 minutes on top of the hour, 8 p.m. here in United Kingdom, presumably the same 16 minutes on top of the hour in the Holy Land of Biafra. My apologies. There is some technical issues here, but as Ukike might have it, we are definitely going to triumph every obstacle on our way to make sure we preach this gospel of heaven this evening. Today is the 4th day of year of our Lord, August 2023. And this is Biafra Radio. And this is Good Evening London. Tonight is another special night that our head of finance, Mrs. Sinenianya, are going to be with me. She's in the studio. But because of the itches, I'm going to bring her in as long as I finish my monologue this evening. And it's a tradition that when we come on air, we lay things to bear by directing those that are claiming they are dysfunctional, if I may use that word, or should I say those that claim they are confused. But I want to remind you one thing. There is no amount of excuses we ever evacuate any single one of us about the responsibility that is on our shoulders. That is the oath that will take him to restore Biafra without any equivocation. This evening is not going to be different. I just want every single one of you to bear in mind today is September, correct me, John Onika, thank you very much. It's September, year of our September. My apologies, pardon me for that. I have a lot going on the background. So many of you will not understand. There's so many technical to get these things done. But regardless, at the end of the day, the question is, do we deliver? That's what matters. Thank you very much, Mazi John Onyeka. So, yeah, as I go forward, is a very keen and very humble advice to my fellow comrades that still believe in Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I'm not asking you not to jump out. This is not a charade or shenanigan. It's not a mirage. Biafra restoration is we have taken an oath to restore Biafra, and is ordained by Okekechukwu Okeke. As we all know, every single thing that our leaders have told us have come to pass. The only thing we will be vigilantly and keenly waiting for is the day Biafra shall be restored. And he says it's going to be a miracle. As you can see, what is vibrating the whole sub-Saharan Africa, ECOWAS, to talk about West Africa, to be precise, the wave of revolution that is going on, evidently, is the testament of IPOB and the professor of our leader. So I will indulge you to make sure you fall online. This is 26 months on counting. We shall not claim that we are confused on dysfunctional base, that we are trying to give excuses, but not man after our responsibility. There is no room for any featherweight at this point in time. I am indulging you that you must fall in line. There is a staple command and control on IPOB. Nobody is going to claim ignorance as long as you are under oath. Because I have presided so many people, I am a coordinator. I started from the grassroots till I get to the coordinator, and even a regional coordinator for that matter. We have serving diligently to make sure Biafra is restored, and we are the gatekeepers alongside with our leader. There is no if but about it. So I will ask you, my fellow comrade, to make sure you fall in line. And again, the enemy came from a different shape or form. All these things that are happening was what orchestrated. This is the same method they used in 2017. Firstly, they attack our radio. They want to hijack Radio Biafra by creating another parallel radio they call Radio Biafra International. In those days, that is on air breathing. They couldn't get there, and they tried finance. They couldn't get there. But this time around, they bring the same method. This is exactly what they have done again. So if you wasn't with us in 2015, I'm telling you now that you must restrain your step. Forget about people saying that. We know people that were saying that they've got, what is it called? They've got roadmaps and all that. I see a lot of shenanigans going on in social media. We don't want to, I repeat again, we don't want to go into small arms struggle in Biafra land. That is not the purpose of Biafra restoration. We cannot restore Biafra in RPG and a couple machine guns. It's not what we're going to restore Biafra with. That is banditry. I must tell you this. Anybody projecting themselves as if they are trying to restore Biafra by pile of gun, and the only thing you can demonstrate to the world is RPG and MG16 or whatnot, my brother, you are delusional. Because at the end of the day, our people are going to bear this burden. We do not want this to happen because we have paid that ultimate price. From 45, they started to murder our people. Our internal leader declared Biafra in 1967 based on consensus for the whole entire Old Eastern region, gave him the mandate, and he did that to safeguard our people because we are going into annihilation. Now, I want to say this. ESN was formed to guide our forests and bushes. Everybody saw the report that came from UK and America about the evil they planned by instituting Ebubago, because when ESN came, they want to create a parallel thing to counter ESN. The evil men in our land created Ebubago for now to allow the small arms to float in. All the marauders now, they were giving uniform. Now they go on rampage in our people. We know all this. But what we cannot indulge in is criminality in Biafra land. I'm saying it unequivocally this night. All this shenanigans I'm seeing on people wearing masks that I'm carrying RPG and MG, All these are childish stuff. Take it, I'm saying it loud and clear here. It is childish. This is not the path we want to go to restore Biafra. And you cannot go anywhere with it. You cannot match helicopter gunship and Alpha jet with RPG or machine gun. It's never happened anywhere. Is that you have texted? Go and study about Sierra Leone and Liberia. Then you come back and thank me. Now I'm going to bring Mrs. Nenianya to give us what she got for Biafrans this evening. Then after that, I will say one or two things. I will end the program. This program tonight is specifically for finance. I come on air because Madam Anya came to deliver a message to Biafrans. And I'm going to bring her in the studio. Studio will be hers, as always. Madam Anya, good evening from here.
Yeah, good evening from Germany.
There you go, Madam Anya.
Okay,
Floor is
thank you very much. Okay. Can I go ahead?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening, Biafrans, IPOB family members around the world, friends of Biafra, lovers of freedom, all our well-wishers, including our enemies. I welcome you all tonight, today, the 4th of September, 2023, and a Monday. This is a live broadcast. First, I must introduce myself. My name is Mrs. Nayanya, and by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiyama, I am the head of finance of IPOB worldwide. I was appointed by our leader, Onyendumazi Nnamdi Kanu, with our team, Nelson Yagazie, and our sister Ifeoma Chinwuba. So it's not something that some people will come and tell you other stories. I was appointed by our leader, and that's why I'm in this. First of all, I thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama for this day, for keeping us alive. I thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama for our leader, and pray that Chukwu Okike Abiyama will continue to guide him and protect him and his family and all Biafrans that are working assiduously to restoration of Biafra. Tonight, I want you people to take note of this day that I'm making this announcement. Why am I making this announcement? Is for future reference, so that people will not say they did not know, or that I did not announce, or they don't know what is going on. First of all, in 2015, when our leader was kidnapped by the DSS, we also had this problem of people trying to, seize the opportunity to do what they want to do. People were stopped from paying money to Germany then, but we survived. They came after finance and we survived. Why? Because this quest for freedom is ordained by Chukwu Okike Abiyama. No man can stop it. And when people think that they can stop it by trying to go for the finance, there's always a way, and we keep moving. And nothing is going to stop us until Biafra is restored. Tonight, I'm going to give you the names of countries. I'm calling out these names because tomorrow they will say they did not know. Members will say, but we didn't know, you didn't tell us, you didn't do that, because they keep giving excuses. When they know they are wrong, they are looking for somebody to blame. I'm calling out the names today because when the time comes, nobody will hold the finance department responsible, because we cannot account for something that we know nothing about. I can only account for what I know is under my custody. Therefore, the country that I'm going to call today, if you are a member in that particular country, go and ask your coordinators what happened to your funds. Go and ask them what happened to the money that you've been donating. is very important. That's why I say these dates. Today, the 4th of September 2023, is important you note it down. The countries that I'm going to call out tonight, if you reside in that country, ask your coordinator what happened to your fund. Why was the money not paid to the account approved by our leader? Why was the money not paid to the account announced by the head of finance, Mrs. Nenaya Anya? So if anything happens, you know whom to hold responsible. And I also want to make it clear that if you hear your name on this list, then know that you are not here, that all your funds you've been contributing is not for Biafra restoration. Let them tell you what they did with your money. Let them tell you where you paid your money, because as far as I'm concerned, the money was not paid to the account that is approved. Number one, Australia. If you reside in this country, go and ask them what happened to your funds. Asia, the whole of Asian country, go and ask them what happened to your fund, where they paid in your money. They will come and tell you it's for school children, it's for this, it's for that. It's not true. Ask them what happened to your funds. The same applies to Middle East. Ask them what happened to your funds. Some countries, they have not paid for more than 18 months, but you see them coming on air and shouting, looking for whom to blame. Ask them what happened to your funds. The whole of South America, what happened to your funds, the money you contributed. Now you come to South Africa. There are few zones that do contribute to the accounts approved by our leader. The next time I will come on air, or very soon, I will call out the names of those states or those zones that pay to the correct account. But these countries that I've mentioned now, none, I say none, have paid to the correct account. Now, the next one is Canada. Canada, if you reside in Canada, go and ask your coordinator or your rep, if you have any, what happened to your fund, because you did not pay to the approved account. The next one is Europe. In Europe, with the exception of some people in Germany, some in United Kingdom to be precise, not London, and some individuals paid to the correct account. In Germany, for me and our group, those that are with our leader, we pay to the correct account. And also those in Italy, those that are with us, they also pay to the correct account. The others that are in Europe, they didn't pay to the correct account. So ask them where your money is. The next is United States of America. In the United States of America, some states paid, like Michigan, Maryland, Massachusetts, Florida, and some individuals that also pay to the account that I gave to them. So if you did not hear your name or the name of your country, then if you have paid, then you bring evidence, let me know, and then it will be corrected. But for what I have now is exactly the countries where they have questions to answer. I'm making this clear because some of you will say, yeah, but you did not know. So now you know. I will repeat it again. The following countries, if you are a coordinator or if you reside in that country, ask your coordinator or your rep or whoever that is responsible why your money was paid to an account not approved by our leader. Here we have structure in IPOB. We have a structure laid down. Anybody telling you forget about the structure, let's continue, then that person does not belong here. We have a structure and you must follow that structure. That's the way it goes. You cannot jump it and start doing something else. So it's very important. Now, I repeat those countries again. Australia, the whole of Asia, the whole of Middle East, the whole of South America, the whole of Canada, they have not paid to the correct account. So ask them where your money is, because these things are documented, and when the time comes, they have to account for what happened to the funds that you contributed. And again, know that your funds was not used for the restoration of Biafra. The same thing in Europe, with the exception of some people in Germany and those in United Kingdom, specifically North London, and some individuals that paid, and also in Italy, some individuals that paid to the correct accounts, and one or two individuals that pay from other countries. With exception of that, the rest in Europe, you see them having demonstration, having party, doing whatever they like. Ask them, where is your money? What happened to your money? It's very important, because the day of reckoning is coming. The same I say with the United States of America. Some states that I know specifically have paid to the correct account: Michigan, Maryland, Massachusetts, Florida, and some individuals from other states. These are the ones that pay regularly that I mentioned, but some individuals from other states are also paying. So if you know that you have been paying consistently, and then you give your name, and then I will check and know exactly what happened. I'm saying this so that tomorrow you will not say that you were not told. I know some people will say, okay, all these countries were not paying, then let's see what will happen. We are going to survive it. If we can survive it in 2015, 16, 17, I see no reason why we cannot survive it now. So do not allow yourself to be misled. Do not allow anybody to push you down, because some people are already going down. So they are looking for individuals to join them. Do not be partaker of that. It's very, very important. And for those of us that have been paying, continue to pay to the correct account, because you are the ones that are following the code of conduct. The code of conduct, some people don't like it because they think that it doesn't favor them, but you don't have to go for something that favors you. As long as you are in an organization or whatever you are doing, we all have rules and regulations that governs that organization, or even in your working place, you have rules. So IPOB will not be an exception. So ask yourself questions, ask your coordinator, what happened to your money? And for those of us that have been paying, endeavor to make sure that you have your receipt, because that is your evidence in the long run. I'll be coming from time to time for updates, because I did say that I'm going to call out the names. So now the names are listed. Endeavor to do the right thing. Try to download our Biafra Radio, our app. We are on Twitter. Endeavor to join us in the Twitter. We are on Facebook, on YouTube, and very soon we will expand more and more and more. And for those of you that have joined, share and invite your friends. This radio is Biafra Radio. Do not listen to what anybody is saying. We are not here to explain ourselves every time. There is no need for that. It's either you are with us or you are against us. This is the radio where you will get the truth. We don't come here to gossip. We come here to guide you on that right path, the path of righteousness, where you have to follow, because what we are doing here is work of humanity, to serve humanity, to serve Chukwu Okike Abiama, to follow our leader. And I want to repeat it again. We have only one leader. Supreme Leader Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, no other person, no deputy, no substitute, nobody representing him in any form or way. Two things. You follow the structure laid down by our leader and carry out his instruction and directive. The second one is you obey the IPOB Code of Conduct. Remember the oath you took. Some of us have made it the habit of trying to pull down others. Just because you don't like the person, you try, this pull down syndrome. Some people have this pull down syndrome, which I don't know what they gain from it. Try to pull down people you know that are doing the right thing. Try to pull down people you know that are following our leader. Try to pull down people you know. Either you don't agree with them or maybe you don't like their faces. We are not here to start liking anybody's face. I am here for Biafra restoration. I keep saying it, and that's why I'm here. Some people have made it a habit of blackmailing others, telling lies against others, forgetting that one day the truth will come out. Search yourself and know if you are doing the right thing. If you are in the right path, do not allow anybody to deceive you. Do not allow anybody to mislead you in one way or the other. Do not allow anybody to say, because I'm not paying to the correct account, you don't need to pay to the correct account. That person knows exactly that that person has gone against the oath of allegiance. And there is no way you can escape it. The mere fact you are doing the wrong thing, the mere fact you are trying to destroy your fellow IPOB member that is working assiduously, you have gone against the oath. Go, it is there. The mere fact that you are blackmailing others, just because you know they are doing the right thing, they're speaking the truth, you are blackmailing them. You have gone against the oath of allegiance. And the consequence, you are the one that will bear the consequence, not me, because you took that oath yourself, not for anybody. That's why we all have to be conscious of what we are doing. But one thing is certain, we are going to restore Biafra. Nobody can stop it. Nobody. Those of them that will come on air have been shouting, don't pay your money to here, don't pay to this, don't pay to that. Nobody will hold them responsible but you that carried out the wrong instruction. The instruction is very clear. Pay your money to the correct account. Very, very clear. Any account that Nenea cannot see, that account is illegal and must be shut down. We all know this. But some people will come and tell you, oh, we don't follow a code of conduct or this. In IPOB, there is a hierarchy. It's either you follow it or you move out. Our leader has structured everything the way it's supposed to be. Everybody have their own assignment. There is a division of labor. You do your own, I do my own. Whatever we are doing, we make sure we do it in truth and honesty, because you will be answerable to your own deeds, not any other person. You should endeavor to be paying our monthly dues. Is very important. And for the fundraising that we did the last time, it is still open. If you have not paid, endeavor to do that, because you pay it to the PayPal and to the account that I told you the last time. And from time to time, we'll be making the fundraising, because our leader has given me the approval to carry on with that. So that is what it is. Endeavor to pay your monthly dues, endeavor to encourage more people to join. Biafra restoration, what we are doing, you don't force anybody. It comes automatically. If you are amongst those that you could be, say, go and restore Biafra, you don't need anybody to preach to you. You just join and do the right thing. But it's high time some people stop blackmailing fellow Biafrans, fellow IPOB family members. Stop telling lies against people, because one day the lies will come out. Pay to the correct accounts. We need funds for legal case to help our people and all that. Forget about some people who tell you, oh, you have not paid money for whatever, I don't want to call the name, we call it school children. They will tell you, ask them, which school children are they actually talking about? Which one of them? But time will tell who is telling the truth and who is telling lies. Do not allow the Biafran spirit to leave you, because the moment Biafran spirit departs from you, you cannot come back again. Because so much blood has been shed in there. So much blood. And what we hold you responsible is that blood spilled on Biafran soil. So be careful. Do the right thing. Make your contributions. Those that are paying, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to bless each and every one of us. Ask yourself, why did you join this? Why are you here if you don't follow the instruction of our leader? Why are you here if you don't follow the IPOB structure? Why are you here if you don't follow the IPOB code of conduct? Then you are not supposed to be here in the first place. As simple as that. But one thing I know, do not say you did not know. You are confused. There is no confusion here. Nobody is confusing anybody. You are the one confusing yourself because you know what to do. You have been doing it. Remain truthful. And remember our leader and his family in your prayers every day, no matter how few minutes, few seconds. It's important. I'll be coming from time to time to update Biafrans, and I encourage every one of us to sit up, dust yourself up, and do the right thing. And together, Biafra will be restored. Ndewo Manzume. Ndewo.
Yes, Madam Anya, thank you very much. You've spoken well. And I can only say that I don't know anything. I'm not a financial officer. My job is to let you speak. But as a coordinator, and like you said, I said it from the beginning. What we are experiencing now is not something that is alien to us. We've seen this before. And I can only advise, like you said, we only advise our people. And in IPOB, we don't need to exhibit psychophancy. Psychophancy is being the order of the day that have kept a lot of people in the dark. Be yourself. We sworn an oath to restore Biafra. When it comes to finance, I don't discuss finance. As a coordinator, people that knows my zone and my part is to guide the fund. And when it comes to talk about it, I'm not involved because I do my job and I walk away. And I indulge, like you have mentioned it now, you can see the way they have swept every single individual. Apparently, like you said, but it won't stop us because God in heaven, the struggle. And Onyendi said, I will not disappoint you. You are the one that are going to disappoint me. So in turn, what they are doing, they're pushing our leader to limit to say, you know what, I'm tired. I don't want to do again. Because if we cannot afford Onyendu's needs, how can he sit in DSS dungeon? Who is going to pay for the lawyers? And people are individually now enterprising on themselves. LTD, private enterprises now collecting funds. That's what I said when I started. You see a lot of things going on social media, Madam Anya. People posing themselves with AK-47, with RPG, with machine gun. This is not what Biafra restoration is all about. We have an agenda. Well, Madam Anya, thank you for coming. I will say one or two things before I close the program. I'm solely come on air to, for you to give us the message you have for us, which I will advise everybody to pay attention. Contributing money that they cannot account for. That is the problem we have in UK. People are contributing money and using it for themselves. This is a blood money. And at the end of the day, it shall be accounted for. Thank you, Madam Anya, for coming.
Yes, can I just add one thing more? The
Go on,
reason
please.
why I keep mentioning coordinators is this. Coordinators are the ones responsible for either the country or the units or the zones. So if anything goes wrong, we go for him first, and then he will now have to explain. You know, that's why anybody that's a coordinator there, you represent our leader there. So if anything goes wrong, he's not going to call an individual, rather the coordinator. That's why I keep hammering on the coordinators. And the code of conduct says they should stay clear, but they have to make sure that the money contributed, either in the country where he resides or in the zone, that is paid to the correct account. Is his responsibility. That is why I do mention them. Thank you very much.
Madam Anya, it's important. We have the same. I have the same issue here in UK. I remember when Chike Dozie and his cronies. The last fundraising we did. A lot of people that contribute that money. I remember people calling me on back saying, George, make sure we know our money is going in the right account, which is account, Madam Anya. As a brother that we are very close, up to today, he never called me. I ignored him. All of us are under oath. I follow what people want, and that's our code of conduct. That money, I was involved, and I made sure the money was paid in the right account, and I copied them in email. The good thing is that everything we do, we have evidence for it. I didn't send the money to myself. I sent it to the account that was given by the head of finance and copy all of them in email. That is standard and professional in any ramification. And they go ballistic. And I hold nobody apology to that because I was doing what is right. And I will do it 10 times again. And I stand by the code of conduct of IPOB, and as it is been from the beginning, and no man shall change it. That's where I stand. Hold no apology to anybody. Thank you, Madam Anya, for coming there.
Thank you very much. I will switch off now from Germany.
Yeah, thanks. Bye-bye. Yes, Madam Anya has finished deliver her message. Before I go, there's a lot, just like what Madam Anya mentioned this night. It's quite appalling that a lot of people have fought on the west side. You see why my position about our leader never changed? Because I know who Onyendu is and what he's capable of doing. Now, Madam Anya have just made a very staggering, revelation about so many countries that's not contributing money to the right account. It's mind-boggling. And if we sat down and ask yourself, what has happened? Exactly what our leader predicted. That I will not be the one to disappoint you, you are going to be the one to disappoint me. If somebody is gathering 3, 4, 5 boys in the bush, you don't know where he is, hypothetically, and buy 1 or 2 ammunition, getting guns is something that you can, especially like zoo, getting ammunition, 1 or 2 RPG and machine gun. If I want to have it, I'll have it all day. That is not the route we want to go. And this makes you to give your money to somebody that don't have any agenda beside of what your leader. Mazin, some people say, oh, Mazin don't give you order. He's in PSS dungeon. Are you that daft? Are you that delusional? We have, Chike Dozie and his cronies have failed. And that does not mean that you yourself should be acting erratically as well. All the whole Asia is not contributing money. Where is your money going? South Africa, you holding the money for who? So if Mazin Nandi cannot die tomorrow, what are you going to say? That we cannot afford his medical bills. That we cannot afford. Onyendu is paying for his food in DSS dungeon. How does he afford all this and still standing saying that you want Biafra to be restored? You have gone out of what you were involved in and now running like a lunatic all over the place. I don't have problem with people who have an agenda on what they want to do. But IPOB was set up like never any other freedom fighting across the, even EFF of South Africa that is involved within the arms of government of South Africa. They have a voice because they were allowed. But what we have done in over years, no man, no country, no individual on this surface of earth have replicated what we have done. We have implemented things on our own. So today, all of you have abandoned Onyendu. It is quite mind-boggling, this revelation tonight. How people say, Madam Nenyanya, are you, is it Madam Nenyanya, are you giving money to? Some of you were not here 2015. Let me remind you what happened. 2015, when Clifford, Yiruanya, and Omiomo, they could not achieve their aim, what they turned into was that Onyendu have embezzled defense fund. They said it's over $1 million. Then they were not sure. None of them contributed a dime. When our leader came out, America, because Clifford lives in Texas, he was the one portraying himself then that he's the hitman. Omiomio was a bit cautious. But when the shoe come to shove, Onyendu ordered Madam Nenyanya, the head of finance that just spoke, I have the video where Onyendu actually had a broadcast. My next program, I'm going to play that particular broadcast about Onyendu consigning, because it's not on this system that I'm using right now, and I'm not going to be wasting time. But I will definitely play that video on the next program to remind you when you giving your money, but I will play Onyendu's voice concerning our finance and what he said about our finance. All these countries that has been dormant for over 20 months, and you're shouting, release Mazen Nandekan. I want you to tell me how you want to release Mazen Nandekan. Some of you say, listen to Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa said he does not listen to Mazen, he doesn't take order from Mazen Nandekan. So how is Simon Ekpa walking to Onyendu? I want you to, with your common sense. Simon Ekpa does not believe in Onyendu's lawyer. So how does he communicate with our leader? If he have anything to offer, some of you that have gone, have lost your common sense and mind. Somebody said, oh, Lizma, I'm doing this for Mazen Nandekan, but at the same time, oh, I don't take order from Mazen Nandekan. When he shoots him, he says, oh, I get message from Mazen Nandekan. So where is you getting your message? Because this is not something that, this is not shenanigan. You see, you know, when I knew that Igbo people are experiments from every other clown in Biafra, I made up Biafra. You see, this P2B, when P2B came, some of us, if we would have told you, don't move a muscle about P2B, because Onyendu is in DSS dungeon. Some of you justify it. Do you know what you are saying us then? Oh, because when P2B become a president, he's going to lose Onyendu. Where's P2B today? Just like now, Simon Ekpa is on his own side. He doesn't work anymore. He doesn't have any job. He don't do nothing. He's collecting money from you guys, because they campaign vigorously to make sure they destroy IPOB, because all of them are the agent of the zoo. Simon never collected money from Tinubu. They all working for the same people. I owe nobody up. I'm saying this in Biafra Radio. We must be very punctual in things we say, and if you want, we can prove everything we have said. You want Mazen can release, but you're double standard on what you're doing, because once they campaign against Madam Nenyanya from day one, because of what they did with the Ejiofor Riteze, they went into our finance, the radio. Chikedozie and his colleagues, they hijacked that one. The finance, they did it collaboratively. So now what they did was to divide the house, which they accepted. Some of them knew that were the people that drove a lot of people towards Simon Ekpa, because they know they don't know any good. Now Simon Ekpa have to keep this momentum, because he does not work anymore. He doesn't do anything for a living. and he doesn't have any agenda. Ask him, how are you going to restore Biafra without you? Even those people you're giving AK-47 and RPG and M16 in Biafra land, you have not seen them. Those people are not stupid as well. All of them are looking for something. They're looking for they're looking for, daily bread. That's what it's all about. You don't want to turn into Biafra land into small arm struggle. We don't want that in Biafra land. I'm saying it unequivocally, but what Madamaya said tonight is something every single one of you must take into account. Because what you got tomorrow now, if Onyendi said, you know what, I'm tired, I can't do this anymore. What are you going to say? Because Simon is jumping. If Onyendi come out tomorrow and said, I'm tired, what is he going to do then? Ask Simon Ekpa. I want you to go and ask Simon Ekpa. If Mazin Nnamdi cannot say tomorrow morning that he's not going to stay in the DSS Dondom, is done. What is your next plan, next step? I've said, give me 5-point agenda. What else are you going to do? Those people you buying bullet and keeping in the bush to threaten people. Onyendi say, if you kill your own, we will do cleansing when the time is right. You don't jump boat. You don't start. These things you guys are doing, it's not going to go anywhere unless you're that. If IPOB could have come out and started carrying gun and shooting people, we're not going to go anywhere. Too wrong does not make it right. You must present something that is more superior than, when you say superior argument. What is required for us to front a vigilante in Biafra land to safeguard our people, we did it. And nobody coughed about it because it was the right thing to do. But when you are maxing yourself, coming out on social media, claiming that you'll be Biafra liberation, all this are making gesture and mockery of yourself. Only a demented individual. Some of you that live in abroad will be typing yes, yes, yes. But you're not on ground. You don't know what is happening. You don't know what small arms struggle do in a country. Look at Abazonia. From 2018, where are they today? They made a great mistake. I'm not saying they shouldn't fight their freedom or whatever they choose is entirely up to them. Abazonia was part of us. It was Biafra before they voted in referendum and joined the Republic of Cameroon. They were answerable to Enugu. So, former Eastern region, Abazonia was part of us. They were left. The same thing we have proposed again. Give us referendum so we vote. If tomorrow Calabar votes they want to belong to Zoo, we put a boundary just like Abazonia. That's no fight. But if you sitting somewhere saying, we want all this thing you guys are doing, to be honest with you, I keep on telling you guys, I'm going to do a program that I'm going to play a chunk of Charles Taylor's indictment in Sierra Leone. Some of you don't know, after the end of the senseless war between Sierra Leone and his own people, internal and Liberia, there was criminal court set up in Sierra Leone, not even in Hague. They did it. They set it up in Sierra Leone. United Nations set it up, and it was sit there. After the trial, now all of them were sentenced and moved away to countries. Just what you see in UK. They moved them from Hague. From Hague, now they distribute them in different countries where they are. Some of them are life in prison tomorrow morning. So what I'm advising to you guys is that some of these videos I'm seeing is the only thing to justify those every week they're doing fundraising. Ask them what they're doing with the fundraising. Nothing. These are jobless people that have got nothing to offer. What they're doing now is because they think it's about money. When you said, since after the war, Igbo Union, anything we do, once there is money, shake hand. It was only IPOB. And what did they do? Where's Nelly of Able today? 747,000 was shared among themselves, including Simon and Ekpa, all of them. They opened their account, they ate all the money. Have you asked them, can you guys give us account of the money you guys, for the past 20 months, what have you done? But I might just say, practically every single country is not paying money anymore to IPOB. That's what I learned this night. So, you people want accountability. Where is the money? In UK here, all the money we contributed, they did nothing with it. I saw bid. I've been in bid a couple of times. And bid, for some of you who does not know, this is one of the things that brought problem in UK. Uchemopo was against bid. Uchemopo was against ABU about women. And this is one of the things I respect about Uchemofo in the past. Because fractions within IPOB, from day one, we did not want it. BID today is an individual thing. It's not IPOB. From the time we started, they use IPOB fund to fund BID, but the proceed from BID goes into their own pocket. That's one of the problems. ABU, whatever they've done, I, George, you might haven't got a clue. But one thing I want to tell you is this. Every single one of you that have soiled your hand within the blood of our people will never get away with it. This is a generational curse. Onyendu, like I said, what you guys want is Onyendu to say, you know what, I'm tired. Then everybody now will say, oh, but we told you. But none of you will spend 24 hours if you're in the position of Mazen Nandekano and what is happening now outside. You won't spend 24 hours in prison because of these animals you see in called human being. Every single one of us are lower than a baboon in the bush, in the jungle. Because it is a mind-boggling that at this stage of our lives, that we don't know our left from our right. People are stage managing people that have got no business to do. Cover your faces. RPG and machine gun. It's a small arm struggle. We've seen it before. We don't want it. We build Obuni with ourselves during the Biafran War. We manufactured so many things during the Biafran War. We started with then gone and we build ammunition for ourselves. We don't want to go back through that door any longer. We defend ourselves when necessary, but we don't want people to criminalize our land. Because this is what is happening right now. It is not the vision. And I'll tell you, if you do this another 100 years, you won't see nothing. Not even country will pay attention to what you're doing because they know you guys are behind. This is things that happen in Sierra Leone, Liberia. Go and check how they did that war. There's even these people that were getting arms from Red Cross back in the days. One RPG, you're showing one RPG on a picture. And so what? You only shoot one RPG. But you have a helicopter gunship on top of your head. Then you have jets on top of your head. How are you going to deal with that? Why are we so daft? This is not what ESN is all about. What Simon because they knew about all these things. And they went against Onyendu's orders. I'm saying it tonight. Madam, I have made an announcement. Remember this day. Today is the 4th day of September 2023. And now we know how many countries that have abandoned Onyendu. Literally, every single one of you have abandoned yourselves. That's what happened. And why wouldn't Onyendu be a prophet? He said he need only 100 men and women with a clean heart. What does this night tell you? This revelation this night is mind-boggling. But it takes you back to our leader's prophecy. That you need only 100 men with clean hearts. And we are in over 100 countries and IPOB comprises. So if we can get a honest one person in every country, gives you 100 men. So he knew that the multitude was not the issue. Onyendu knew. That is why he's still in DSS dungeon. Because imagine Simon Ekpa being held by DSS. For 48 hours, Simon Ekpa will tell the DSS whatever he has done for. If he got, like what I'm saying is not because of, I knew that because when I see a coward and tout, I know from the distance. Even if he talk from here to another 1,000 years, someone like George Ume will not move. I'm saying it tonight because these people, they were in agreement when they started attacking IPOB finance. They know what they were doing. And today, some people say, oh, I'm confused. But he's still contributing secretly and thinking that he's doing George Ume or he's doing Mazen Nandekano. But I say, woe betide any one of you that have sworn an oath, and those that even sworn oath now, you become a sympathizer to IPOB. Now, like Madam Aya said, you have been initiated. You see, Let me say this to you tonight. You see, Igbo people, yeah? Like, I've got kids in this country, yeah? I don't even want my kids to associate with any Igbo man. To be fair, I'm telling this here on air, live on air. I George saying it. I'm not fascinated about Igbo people. Let me tell you my own vision of Igbo people. What I've seen in my 50 years, I'm going to be 50 years on this year. In life, I'm not fascinated by any Igbo man. Cannot deceive me with anything. But I'm telling you, my kids, I'm not that kind of person that flabbergasted or, oh, no. Because the moment you meet Igbo man in anywhere, it will be your worst enemy, your nightmare. Is that what Igbo man? It was IPOB. The reason why I started talking to our people in this UK is because of IPOB. And the day that bomb broke, I pushed back again. I'm standing alone. Not my kids. I'm saying it like on air. What is happening tonight? Madam, I have just unveiled it is a mind-boggling. How many of you that have abandoned Mars and Nanikan? And you will see them typing. Onyendu, release Onyendu. How are you going to release Mars? Tell me. Is it a Joe that is in Nigeria that is the one holding our leader? Or is it a Sekome, the one that collected the award? Who is going to release Onyendu? Onyendu has no case to answer. We have a Supreme Court case in UK here. How do we go to it? Is it by our hands? You guys are contributing money. Give people, the Fulanese, as nomadic they are 1,000 times better than our people. Because when a race become unruling, look at Peter Obi, they know that you guys will jump boats. Man, everything they will give you a excuse. Oh, let's vote Peter. Peter is going to lose Onyendu. Now, Peter Obi, how would they, what in the world did you think that Peter Obi was not a distraction? Tell me. These things has happened over time. But how many times would it happen to you to learn something? Tell me. How many times would you be a victim before you say, you know what, I need to be straightforwardly, at least be. Okay, 1 second. Let me play. I want to play something here before I go on and say what I want to say. Because 1 second. Let me play something. This is a typical Igbo man. IPOB. When these people join IPOB, 90% of people into IPOB today. What Madam I have just said tonight, I will play this video. This is exactly who they are. Nothing else. They are waves. Anything that happens, they follow that breeze. People don't stand on their ground and say, you know what, this is what I'm choosing. That's what they call principle. There's nothing in this world. You see, that's what they call gentleman's agreement. When you shook somebody's hand and said, you know what, somebody can bet with somebody without even signing an agreement that we shook hands. It happens all the time. Because if you have a co-worker make a bet with you, verbally and shook hands, without even a witness, and you denied it tomorrow, you have killed your career. Nobody will ever take you serious again in your lifetime. No man will take you serious. Because the person will go back and say, mate, you know what happened? Because maybe you think it's a joke. You will die natural death. Listen to this.
Media International.
For some of us that don't understand Igbo, this is presumably the elders of our land. They are praying contrary to the people that are inflicting pains into our people. Hope Uzodimma, this man is no Hope Uzodimma was brought in Biafra land, and his role is what he has done. There's a new report that just came out, what they did. Ebubago was falsely initiated think in Ebonyi State before they bring it down to Imo State because they have an agenda. And this man, this is the reason why Igbo people, go on and say something. Go on and say, if he knew that Igbo man loved money so much, he should not bother to fight Ojukwu. That's exactly what they are. You see that method in 67? That's exactly the same thing they are using. And let me say something. You see this man, think about their children and children. You just see them, but don't know who they are. You don't know that their lineage. This is what I have suffered over the years. We are born into this. Because I'm one of those generations that were born when people are still saying the truth in our land. I've seen people in my village when I was growing up, even though we were oppressed. Man does not lie because he liable to die instantly. I have a father that was, when you talk about a man with immaculate attitude, a man that was fulfilled by himself. Man will come and skill to listen, wisdom. Education is something that you can acquire with fund. Money can give you education, but wisdom is divine. I repeat, you can acquire education, but wisdom is divine. When you listen to these individuals, think about their lineage. And that is where the position we are in today. That is why in IPOB, I never knew that men will support evil. In United Kingdom, I will always mention UK. Because I will tell you, you will never talk about United Kingdom without George Rumi to be incomplete. I spoke to one of my comrades the other day. I said that people will mention their name not because we are mentioning their name, because we want to mention their name. If we don't put their name, if like I mentioned Chemofo today, someone say Chemofo, you cannot talk about IPOB without Chemofo. It doesn't matter. You can write. There's no history of IPOB. You will write Chemofo name. We must come there. But it's onto you now to define who Chemofo was and what is what he has made. What was his part to restore Biafra? You can't talk about United Kingdom without, you can't omit my name. That means the story is incomplete. So I become stunned. Let me tell you the day my heart was broken in UK. If you go to our page, UK Media and Events, you can go back and start watching the protest we made when Onyendu, before Onyendu was rendition. UK mapped out to do protests. Go and watch those protests as he proceeded before Onyendu was renditioned, and subsequently go and watch the protests, how UK's until Austin Albani and his gang of criminals come to United Kingdom. The day we held a meeting, in that meeting, Austin Albani made a session that the protest will determine if we are going to have a new national coordinator. After they have concocted story to remove the national coordinator was inside by our leader, they overthrew the Onyendu in UK. Onyendu said, and I'll quote him verbatim, that every country national coordinator representing, and I'll give you instances. Dr. Okachi today that is piloting bid, because he's not a sincere man. Even if I see him 101, as a court case I'm going to go, I wish I see them there. I'm going to tell them my piece. They know me that I don't hide my feelings. I was in your face. I don't keep it for, I serve you that food in a cold manner. When he came to IPOB, I already an IPOB member. I supervised his oath taking. Dr. Okachi. When he was national coordinator of UK, the person that recommended him, the day when we issue started, I told that individual, I said, my brother, you need to take a chill pill because he is now the national coordinator and is liable to direct our European brother, which is Austin Alban. Take a chill pill. Uchemofo get involved. We oppose Uchemofo. I never challenge Uchemofo, but we stand on our ground that Uchemofo should not meddle into internal issue within UK. That was our stand. I never discussed with our leader, but that is the right thing to do in IPOB. I stood on my ground, even as a former PRO of London family. I resigned. I tendered my resignation before we formed North London. And North London because of Let Imam Mezu. That is why I choose that name. I'm saying this on Biafra Radio. Yeah? When our leader came out, what happened? The same thing we tell Uchemofo is what Onyendu told Uchemofo. Let Okachi be. I will deal with this matter. Uchemofo said no. This is one of the things. I remember the meeting we held in UK, Onyendu said, and I quote Onyendu. That meeting was called by this same nitwit Austin Aban. Onyendu could have ordered Okachi to call that meeting. Onyendu said no. Onyendu said in that meeting, I quote him, that I could have ordered Okachi to order this, to call this meeting, but no, it goes against of code of our conduct. European rep is the person that's supposed to call the meeting, and Austin Abani was present in that meeting. Onyendu said, and I quote him, one of the reasons which Omofo resigned from IPOB is because he wanted Okachi gone. Onyendu said no. Okachi did nothing. But Okachi have done a lot. You know, I'm not a man I don't mimic. He's a man I respect. He saw the war, but his part that he had played in UK, so far as George Ume is concerned, in my face, I will, like I said, I don't speak behind people. I have opportunity to speak to him directly because it was because of him I get involved with the Omada Highway that cost me 6 points in my driving license. I lost about £1,200 because of him. Directly because of him. Not alone, people have died. I'm talking about the money I contributed on medical cost. I don't know what to do with the money. Why I'm mentioning this tonight is that some of you to know. But you see this man that is here speaking, there is no different from what we see in IPOB today. Double standard. But I tell you one thing, there will be an exodus of death in families. You see, your generation, it doesn't matter if you born them in UK here or in America, they will continue to pray, they will continue to suffer, they will continue to be a destitute. All of you from A to Z. You see, every single one of I said, go and write what Maya said tonight have provoked me. Every single one of you that have one way or the other have sat down to make sure they suppress. Because tomorrow night, Onyendu said, you know what? To hell with all of you. Just like what he told us in UK here. He said, all of you are acting like a rat in the cage. To hell with all of you. See, this was Tinaba, and this nitwit, he was gushing saliva from his mouth. Then he said, to hell with all of you. Disband UK. He couldn't cough. All of them were taking shot at our leader. Because Onyendu was rendition. Because they sold our leader out. And abandoned Onyendu. Now, destroyed, tried to destroy what we have built over the years with our blood of our people. And they want people like us to keep quiet. It's not going to happen. Now, I want this to finish, but what you're watching here is no different. That's no different. What is happening now within IPOB? Even this man, I can even give them more credit than so many of you. In UK, after the protest, Abani said, the protest we did, it was, even if you go and watch that beat, what we see there is old IPOB members. There's no new person I'm seeing there. And those old people, some of them are very emotional. I will tell you about 4 categories of people that are in that particular people you will see in that picture. The same people we see all the time. Those that carried away with emotion. There are psychophants there. There's those that are there because their paper has to be renewed, seeking for asylum. And those that are sharing our money. Genuine ones there might be 1%, or even 0.5% if I'm not believing. I know some people there that are genuine, but their genuinity now, or reality, you know, when you allow sentiment to override your intelligence, they become stupid. I know people that are there that you report to task, but because of sentiments, they have allowed you to override themselves. They even tell themselves the truth. That's somebody that will ask no new question. He's a person I respect, and me and him have the same view. When I see him around, these people are allowed. Because I remember the question asked Onyendu about former London coordinator. Is there anything he knew that we didn't know? But I'm not sending that question prompt up today. He asked Onyendu, asked our leader. I don't want to mention names. We don't forget things, you know. Because when you start to rant, I will tell you what you have done in the past. You might came to we don't forget things. We might ignore things we don't forget. Like I said, I joined IPOB United Kingdom. I didn't join it because I want anything. I was comfortable. I don't even live here. Those that know me knows. When I started contributing in UK here, I wasn't permanent citizen. I wasn't permanent resident in United Kingdom. Coming here for over 20 years, but I wasn't. Because there's no need for it. I'm okay. It was IPOB. That's why I surrender myself. So some of you that don't understand where we are coming from or what we are doing, I'm very sorry. Madam Mayor have God make a very, very damning revelation this evening that literally all the countries in the world have abandoned our leader. That's what I saw tonight. That's what I had tonight. It might sound stupid or dumb to you, but it's not funny. What do you guys want? Is our leader to say, you know what? But Onyendu knew. Onyendu said, I need it, and he said it. That the day we clinch 100 men before the women have come. I'm not saying that like Madam Nenya will count her as one of the virtuous women that I have known in IPOB. And that's other couple ones I know. That's our mothers that is very pure. Onyendu knew. Umesuke told him that our women must surely come forth. But the part they play, whether it's good or bad, there's a reason they must participate in this particular quest to restore Biafra. Whether good or bad, it doesn't matter. But it's something that must, a component that must come, is a puzzle that must come together before we achieve what we are looking for. Take it to bank. I said it. Like I said, let's finish this. I know some of you have watched this, but it's very important. Let's watch it to the end.
For what? For what?
How you can question of this?
Yes.
How you can rock of ages? How you can lion of Judah?
Oh yeah.
How you can Eshadai? How you can Nuri?
Oh yeah.
Nambeya Karije. Oh yes. Molola. After the Butia.
That is one problem. You know, some of us who live here, we talk about racism. You know, Onyendu said it over time that we are naturally tribalistic people. Because just like the zoo have nobody holds allegiance to the zoo, right? Because everybody believes in their own tribe. Now, within the tribe now, the kindred settles in. You see what the man is just saying? Because we that in IPOB, we have grown past that. I don't believe in boundaries. First of all, you need to decolonize yourself personally. Because all these boundaries they kept on our people is continue dividing our people within ourselves. But you can hear what the old man is saying. The same thing happening in IPOB. In UK here, the majority of people that are supporting Chikedozium are people from the same, if not all, Imo State. I'm not being biased. It's very few people. Those that come from there, those that are looking for paper. I'm telling you now, I know what I'm talking about. The very people that are supporting Chikedozium, all of them are from the same place. The same all, or whatever. The same people. I'm being sincere to you guys. But don't forget Uchemofo is from Anambra State. When Uchemofo issue came, someone like George, I don't really care. As much as I respect him in the past, once you go against Onyendu, I don't want to know who you are. Because I didn't hear your voice before I joined IPOB. I swore I'm out to Amazon Namdekano's name. But this, you see these people here, these are our pro, even in IPOB, Olu, Chikedozium, Austin Alban. These people, this is the people. This is how they are. Chikedozium, Austin Alban. Today we're talking about Osiyukutukwa. That is where the problem we have today is in Biafra land. Look at the people. Listen to their elders. That you think about Chikedozium and his cronies. Like I said, in UK here, the majority of them, 90% of them that is around them supporting them, all of them are from the same place. He didn't give that support to Chimofo on his own because he's from Anambra now. Anambra is the head. The man cannot acknowledge that. We are the first son of Eri. That is the fact of life. And I am George Man, the first son of my father. There's something about those first sons in every family. Mazin Nanka is the first son of his father. You must respect that. But look at Chike Doziem, the vegetable himself. This is his kinsman. He's a cousin to because all of them, they were working with Hope. All of them, they collected money from him. You know, when they were lying there, they went to travel. All of them traveled to Chike. The one they call us, I will have a hotel in Owerri, have building in Ebonyi State. Those things we had then, all of them was fact. Truth. They know it's there. They know we know. But listening to their kinsmen, their elders' statements, this is their elders, what they're saying. Tells you all you need to know.
Now the most of them man. Most of them man. Ask about all the days. I'm ready now, man. Maybe I have a crocata. There's a crocata. There's a series. The whole 259 autonomous community and 259 traditional rulers. Get the record and all those. Here, Kai Bene. Now, I want a monster.
Yeah, my take, that's exactly why I do. This is Chikeduzium, Kingsman. So it tells you all you need to know. Yeah, all I want to do now is just a reminder before I close the program. We always go back to where our problem started. Madam Maya have just made a damning revelation tonight. Countries that have abstained from doing their duty as IPOB member, they're not holding allegiance again to Onyendu because when they stop contributing for over 18 months, my question to you is this: how do you intend that our leader will ever come out of the SS dungeon? Now you have found a new law, we have a new leader. I want you guys to go and sober. That's why I said, know anybody that is claiming that is confused. And don't say you're getting money for IPOB and withholding the money. You shouldn't collect money from people in the first place. That money should be returned to whoever, excuse me, whoever, you don't withhold money. As a coordinator or as a financial secretary, based that, okay, I'm confused. No. Let's the structure of IPOB handle that issue. It is not you to handle it. We have had the same issue. I will remind you again, 2015-16, when they failed to hijack Radio Biafra through Radio Biafra International. They wanted our finance. And it was Paul Chike was the first person that opened a parallel account in Switzerland. Then he was the European rep. But that account was shut down because they couldn't see the light of the day. This is not today. It has been quiet, but you know, when you see people, I want to tell you something. When you see somebody that answers you sir, all the time quietly, be careful of that person. That don't object anything you say. Be careful of that individual because they're a snake, you know, a green snake in a green glass. And a very quiet time, they will sting you badly. But you know, one thing I'm not concerned about is that our leader is a man that has a divine direction from Chukwukabiam. He didn't just like maybe he's mimicking or he's confused or he's going to be drilled. None of this above will happen. He doesn't need our. He said he studied Igbo man before he emerged. He studied Igbo man for 12 good years. And I think the zoo is above that. That is why our leader is a still person and based that he has a mandate from heaven. Every single thing that he told us have come to pass. Only Biafra restoration is what we are waiting. That's going to be a miracle. So I'm going to play 2 videos here just to buttress whatever we have said tonight. Very important, because now Madamanya have just made a revelation about countries that have abstained themselves from making foreign contribution. Now, how did all this emerge? Who are those people that were involved? Who are those people that perpetrated this crime against IPOB? I want to play. I'll start with Benjamin in Madubu tonight, and Chike Doziem and the Nwa slave himself. I want this to play, and at the end, I'll end it with Mamnen Nyanya's video from Onyendi. Just for you to take home something with it. A fresh reminder, please.
Our Media International.
US because of Lias stop us at home. Have I stop immediately? Don't you know where he went? Then when I continue let me sit at home. Open the announcement, Tomre. Ozili no lazy financial for some will see financial for lazy boss yesterday. Ozia lawyer, a Jamaican lazy boss yesterday. Ozi Maswell, Barrister Maswell, Obara Lazy, Bozi Yamasri. Ozi Barrister Chukwemeka Joe for Lazy, Bozi Yamaponian Dusri. I want to give fortunate.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
Yeah. So, dear friends, from where I stopped, I was talking about how our brother Master Madubu, we tried to make sure he visited Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu on several occasions have asked him to come and see him in the DSS dungeon, which we have tried on many occasions and failed. But, Chukwu Kadema is great. Last month when we asked him to come also, he went there. He could not see him. But, so God, with infinite mercy, last Thursday, he went there and he was able to meet Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And we realized also for the fact that there is nobody from the leadership who goes directly or who can be able to communicate to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That people took that opportunity to blackmail IPOB leadership. They took that opportunity to blackmail everybody they think that will be a hindrance for them to be able to hijack the struggle. That was what had been happening for 2 years. Because I could remember the day Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, everything was in order. We were communicating, like I said, I continue to say it, I was communicating with him on that particular day until he told me, okay, I will get back to you. And that was the last day. And suddenly, we were communicating, like I said, I continue to say it, I was communicating with him on that particular day until he told me, okay, I will get back to you. And that was the last day. And suddenly, when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu,
yes, this is the reason for this repeating of all these audios is very, very pivotal. Some of you that are just joining us now, this is Biafra Radio, and our head of finance was here earlier on, and she, Lolo, Madam Nenyanya, made a very damning and disheartening revelation that literally all the countries in the world have abandoned Onyendu Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. There's no two ways about it. You people has unconsciously or consciously abandoned Onyendu, and you're contributing money for those that are coming to do show of force on social media. I want you, before you start covering your face with marks and coming on air on social media, displaying AK-47 and machine guns and RPG, you need to go and study about Sierra Leone and Liberia war. is a mind-boggling. We've been in this part before. We do not want to go into small armed struggle in Biafra land. End of discussion. This was because when Onyendu was rendition, there was a gap of leadership. And this man was actually involved in rendition Onyendu. It was orchestrated plan. That is why Buhari, they initiated a bubago for allow the soul bandits now to lay their hands on small arms and now start cleaning our people at will. They don't go into bushes anymore. This is township now because they're wearing uniforms. And now you're replicating what the bubago have done. By you now, you want to start level activities in Biafra land. Do you think any country will pay attention to you? No. You don't make mimic. You don't mimic yourself. You don't make mockery of yourself. Some of you are here typing. Oh, man. This is nonsense. Because if you could have gone into this path, you guys wouldn't meet it. Could have abused it like what you're doing now. We know it's not the way forward. It's not the way forward. And the sit at home we have been using, you guys want to bastardize this now to force it into our people. It doesn't work that way. Even though those ought to know better than disobey the Onyendu, which I'm going to play now, I'm reminding you tonight, very important.
When they sit at home, and I asked our people, those that I had discussion, I said, but what is the reason? Did Onyendu give any reason why we should suspend it? And they said he didn't give a reason. And I asked them, but you tell me, what reason would I give Biafrans why I am suspending this sit at home when our demands has not been met? That was my question. I asked those both in DOS and those who were not in DOS that I had the opportunity to speak with. They were there in the news. I asked them, what will be the reason I have to give? And with that, sorry, I think I'm trying to mix a little thing here, but the lawyers have not come back to us now. Now, this is before the night, the first day of it. So when I was asking them, what is the reason they want us to suspend this thing? And they told me that we should use NECO as an excuse. I mean, we should use NECO because of the exam that the people are trying to hold. And I said, but NECO doesn't really, it's not the strongest excuse to give the Biafrans why we should stop the sit at home. And I will be very, very frank. And I will take the responsibility. I haven't said it on air before because it's not, I don't come on air to, and I said, because there is no reason from our leader that we should stop this sit at home, that we are going to go ahead with the sit at home. And then we went ahead with the first sit at home. After we did the first sit at home, and it was a huge success, unbelievably successful. Then, after that same Monday,
Yes, I think you had them said it. You know, this is one of the things that we, the pains and burden that we having today. Nobody hears the voice of these idiots, this vegetable animal, Chike Edoziem, Paul Edoziem. Nobody know where he is. He has catched out. He run away. He doesn't come on air. Because since Madaka came out and mentioned, argument was that Chike Edoziem flouted Onyendu for that numerous times. None of them can come out and tell you that Onyendu, they get message from our leader. Let him tell you when and what was the message all about. The last message, official message Onyendu sent to them was on 2022 November, memo of Nemeke Jofo. After that memo, even though before them there were so many flouted orders, direct orders from Onyendu that gave the impetus of every individual today can come out and flout our leaders' order. So you see where our problems come from. That is why I'm reminding you tonight, because I know some of you always forgot. And because of the damning report, our head of finance have unveiled this night that so many countries has abandoned Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Let it be told, Onyendu said, 100 men with clean hearts that Biafra will restore. And some of you that have our finance and withholding it, I don't know, you think you're doing us favor. You're not doing anybody favor. You're doing yourself and your generation a favor. I hate sycophants. And this is what has held, especially the Igbo tribe, Igbo clan within the Biafra. What has kept us in perpetual slavery is because of our sycophancy. I don't need you to show me, when do you, just like when our leader wife came to Radio Biafra, forget about all this little part they tried to manipulate her. He made one very, very, very important. When a man left, is on a journey, or is not there, the way you treat that person is what you have to take into account. Majority of you today, tomorrow you see Onyendu, you wearing face mic, or some of you have written Onyendu's off. We know what is happening. Some of you that are holding our finance, even some of you that are in finance, that today start acting weird. I want to remind some of you something you don't know. You see, this is a struggle, and blood is involved. Madam Nanya does not take money and put into her pocket. The money that you are contributing or money that is in your position is meant for a purpose. As long as, listen, go and recite our oath again. I know, like I said, the mentality some of you have is so supposed to, it can't last in IPOB. First of all, you need to detox your toxic you're carrying from the zoo or from your village. You need to get away with it. You can't serve two masters at the same time. You can't have way of life of the zoo or the way you deal with your kindred meeting. This segregation and oppression and bigotry. You need to do away with all of this. Without that, you can't be an IPOB member when you still have bigotry inside of you. Like I said, I don't have problem with anybody. The only time you see me react when you start acting weird. If you make contact with me for the first time, I will tell you I'm good as gold. And especially when they come to IPOB, I will give everything. But the moment I sense that you are not being straightforward to yourself, if I switch, you won't like me. Because I'm a different kind of fish. Now, what I'm saying in essence is this. If you hold an IPOB money, those coordinators, countries that hold an IPOB money, this is time. Because Onyendu will come out. And you're not doing it because our leader is going to come out. You're doing it because it's the right thing to do. The money is not yours. And some of you that are contributing money to those that are doing show of force on Facebook, I'm not going to question you because some of you still pay 10%. I used to do it, paying 10% to a pastor, that a man that is building his own empire. How daft. This is the brainwash we have gone through in our lifetime. And some of us are still living in that innuendo. Listen to one of these tapes, and I'm going to close this program.
International.
All of you used to see it. They come on social media. They will sack Chike-Doziem. Onyendu will sack Chike-Doziem. He will sack the DOS. All of you are seeing it. Am I the one saying, is it not all on social media? These are distracting the struggle, and they are being controlled by government fifth columnists. They don't know some of them don't know what they are doing. Some of them knew. For 1 year plus, when Onyendu, everybody remembered it. For 1 year plus, when Onyendu was caught, IPOB case, do you understand me? IPOB proscription as a terrorist group in the Nigerian court of law. It was there. Everybody could remember when we fought for this, when we fought for that, fought for this. Please, let peace be there. At the end of the day, which date did they get us for the Ninth Court of Appeal for our case? 16th October. Do they want us to clap for them? Whoever got the case, whoever got that date, do they want us to clap for them? because most of them left what they're supposed to be doing as legal practitioners. They are interfering in IPOB. That is why they got us 16th October 2023. And from Monday that they are going to visit Onyendu, any of them that comes and write rubbish, Akachineke, this night IPOB media warriors descend on that particular person and tear him apart. If you finish tearing him apart, I will show you on ground. That they walk on. You come out this night, Mazi. Whether you are IPOB lawyer, whether you are special counsel to Makachineke, I am saying this thing this evening. From Monday, IPOB members, everybody listening. If you see anybody, whether it is Onyendu siblings, whether it is any lawyer, he said he's representing IPOB. He comes outside on social media and writes nonsense that will affect the struggle. Every media warrior descend on that person. If we find him on social media, we don't find. We will send ESN on ground to pursue him. Because we send ESN on ground to pursue him.
Yes, very important. We are reminding you the rhetoric of those that sold our leader and the destruction they have meted into IPOB. The basics of me replaying these audios on Biafra Radio is very important. It's not in any way or shape or form or making the person popular, hell no. But the story must be get right, because our people, Onyendu said, the quote that said, if you want to hide the things from a black man, put it in writing. Our people over time forgotten themselves. This is the foundation of the problem we are facing today in IPOB. This is the people. This is the reason why I'm replaying all these audios. Now, as IPOB Finance, Madam Nenya, this program, I'm going to replay it tomorrow. We have to broadcast it tomorrow for those that didn't listen to it. It is a mind-boggling that 80% of those that call him Onyendu, my leader, this, that, you guys abandoned our leader. I could not believe my ears when I heard this. And some people are still even adding up in a way. People are acting weird. But, okay, we'll take his... Kabiama will always do what he said he would do, because he that called him will always surrender him with those that we foresee him to make sure that at the end of the day, only thing we are waiting for is the appointed time for Biafra to be restored. That's a miracle. So I will let our leader told you about our finance and who you should give your money to. In case tomorrow, if something happened, then we will play this audio to Onyendu. Just like 2015-16, when Onyendu came out 2018, went to America. The next program, when I'm playing this audio, I'm going to play that audio. I'm going to play the audio when Onyendu went to America. And you see American people. Onyendu said America is going to sponsor IPOB. Even when he went there 2015, they were the people that Igbo Congress then, there are people that called Buhari to arrest Onyendu when he went to the zoo in 2015. But Onyendu still persists that America are going to sponsor this struggle. To tell you that when a man have a vision, you can't take it away from him. When that particular, our defense fund unveiled, America was, I think, under $3,000. Onyendu tell Madamanya, transfer that money back to them. It was in a town hall meeting. I have the video. I will play it in the next broadcast I'm going to do. But listen to what he said about our finance. So I'm indulging you tonight. If you're holding IPOB finance or you've been making mistakes, paying the money in the wrong channel, retrace your step now. There's time for you to amend. Very, very important. Or don't collect money from anybody. Very, very important.
Media International.
Anytime you get a call from our sister Nene, then you know you're in very serious trouble. You have done something wrong. please make sure that our accounting and our audit is up to date. I do not understand the reluctance of some individuals in the US to remit the money that people have contributed to ESN. I don't understand the reason why you're holding it. I don't know what for. Please. And I have maintained that any account that we have that Nene cannot see, I do not trust that very account. As long as she doesn't see it, I will not trust it. And very, very soon, I will shut down every account that Nene cannot see.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
Is our overall finance officer, IPOB Worldwide. And she is a woman of immense integrity and substance. One of the pioneer contributors to Radio Biafra and IPOB before a lot of people came along. Anything she tells me, I believe, is gospel. And everything is properly documented.
So anytime we get a call from our sister Nene, then you know you're in very serious trouble, you have done something wrong. Please make sure that our accounting and our audit is up to date. I do not understand the reluctance of some individuals in the US to remit the money that people have contributed to ESN. I don't understand the reason why you're holding it. I don't know what for. Please. And I have maintained that any account that we have that Nene cannot see, I do not trust that very account. As long as she doesn't see it, I will not trust it. And very, very soon, I will shut down every account that Nene cannot see.
Biafra Alpha Power Media.
Yes, I think everybody had Onyendu's. This is our leader's words, and nobody can question when Onyendu, because the reason being is that tomorrow comes, there is an issue, we have a reference point concerning our finance, and the very, very, important thing that I want to show you before I go, because this has to do with our finance, and it's very important that I go back to, I think if I may go back to our code of conduct tonight for an obvious reason, and try to search out our, because I just need to upload this now and see where the finance is. I just need to go because I think I marked it up on green. Now, IPOB, this is our code of conduct, and this is section 3, subsection A, finance. It is imperative that some of you pay attention closely with what I'm going to read tonight. And I'm going to start. It says, please note that failure to strictly adhere to these terms, texts, and effects instruction of command and control will attract very severe consequences that may result in expiration from IPOB worldwide family. This including Chike Doziem himself and his cohorts. And do you know one striking thing about this code of conduct? Chike Doziem put his signature on this code of conduct. That is what makes it more important, that Chike Doziem should be the first to go to prison by violating the law that he actually enacted. Very, very pivotal for you to understand this fact. Now, I want to come to that subsection 3, subfinance A. He said to ensure every financial probity and transparency, IPOB head of finance or treasurer shall have electronic access to all financial accounts set up internationally or nationally, either directly by IPOB or by its agent or representative. This is the problem. The UK here, they open account, people are opening account reference and center, they have no power to do that. This is what is our finance have said. You must follow it. And now I come back to this, and it says this is fundamental to all. So all IPOB financial transaction be in form of monthly due donation, levies, or fundraising shall, after gathering of such fund, be handed over to the appropriate financial officer, to which financial secretary or treasurer, who after taking proper record of the fund raised shall limit same into official IPOB general account as provided by the head of finance of all family units. All these people found under Madam Nyanya, and I go on IX, he said, fundraising under and in the name of IPOB shall be undertaken only with clearance from IPOB head of finance or treasurer, as the case may be. Now, everything was stapled down in our code of conduct. But guess what? Men choose to do whatever. And the mind-boggling is when you go down here, it says produced by the Directorate of the State of Indigenous People of Biafra, in bracket IPOB. This is Chike Doziem that signed it, and it's detrimental to him. And he said this is the most important of the code of conduct. All from listen again. I want to read this. You know, he said all forms or shapes of bribery, corruption, criminality activities, and practice are prohibited in IPOB. It is the duty of all family members to expose such practice with irrefutable evidence. He said irrefutable evidence, not blackmailing somebody. That is why from the day we came out to question your legitimacy and what you do, everything we do, we brought our evidence with us. He said irrefutable evidence. Anyone found indulging in this act shall be dismissed and expelled from IPOB worldwide family. But the case is reversed because now we have men that speak from the both sides of their mouth. But like I said tonight, my fellow comrade, there is no time for you to pretend or act as if you don't know what is happening. Madam Nyanya came on air tonight. I'm going to replay this broadcast because it's detrimental to I and you. Now, you people have abandoned our leader, though he knows it. That's why he's still standing strong and believe in mediocrity. And that's how the world is seeing you. And I think anybody take you serious, no one. Whenever you miss direction, anytime you've been distracted, Peter Obi was the biggest test they put in front of all of you. Onyedu was rendition, and the zoo was conducting election. Some of you jumping up and down because they brought Peter Obi. Peter Obi is part of the system. We warn you people from ahead. What happened today? They're going to court. They're still engaging in your mediocrity and idiocy. Some of you don't know. Because already he knew what he was doing. But I'm not going there. What I have just told you is something that will guide you. I'm calling on every IPOB hardcore tonight. Go back until you have to go into sober reflection. This is not about you, about me. This is not a kindred meeting. We sworn an oath. So many men have fallen in the name of IPOB, and that is why we are still standing here. We are not into small arm struggle, carrying AK-47, machine gun, and RPG, wearing marks on Facebook. That is not what we are about today. We have an agenda. And my advice to you tonight is to make that 360 degree and do the right thing. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and bless every single one of us and guide our leader, because only God will give him fortitude to withstand this kind of travesty and this kind of temptation that have, though he has that vision. And we, the gatekeeper, would always be there with him. And I will say good night from London and it's good evening, London. Please listen to our leaders' most important prayer, and may you be guided by Chukwu Okike.
International.
Onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya, onye duru ndị ya n'ụzọ ije si ebe niile dị iche iche ma ala Biafra. Anyị na-enye otuto, anyị I need you for be where Honania, where I'm not got money that one way I get, and ask no money to I ask not just like a captain. He said, so good. One mother behind you. What got them Biafra? He said, in your children like your Biafra, no way, Grania, one kind of one. Nimem one is you. So soon when Biafra. That's not Biafra. He said, anybody I curse is cursed. Once I condemn you, you're finished. Ask the Sabo, those that tried to take over power when I was in prison, because I valued them, thought they were doing what we all swore to do. As soon as I went into prison, they started to connive to take over power. Where are they today? Because I cursed them. So what is this? What you like is the public. What stupid country is that? What stupid country is that? I'm killing my people. I am killing IPOB. They are killing my people. After killing my people, you tell you to them in secret. The person is mad. Not completely mad. Tell me, that's what I said. That he is mad. He cannot tell me. He cannot tell me. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. I need them to understand this. We've crossed the Rubicon, the point of no return. There is nothing anybody can do. Biafra will come.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.